Hello everyone, how's everybody doing? It's time for another exciting video from RK Loves Gadgets. And today I thought I'd show you this little Casio SA-1 keyboard. Now, this is one of the smaller ones. I mean, just look at the size of this thing. It's tiny. I knew the earlier Casio SA keyboards would be small, but I didn't think they'd be this small. So that's quite neat. And if that's not enough, it actually has 100 instrument sounds built into it, and it's got, sorry about the background noise there, it's got all these buttons along here. You've got the volume up and down buttons, you've got the demo button, the tempo up and down buttons, the select button, the stop button, and then you've got all your number buttons there, and the on-off switch is there on the left as well. And you've got 32 mini keys, or it wouldn't surprise me either why they didn't call them micro keys, because that's how small the keys are. You've got a speaker on the left hand side there as well. There's the back. It takes 4 AA batteries, and interestingly enough, it has a DC power input, and it's also got a headphone socket. I hope I've got the right angle there. The headphone socket right there. And it's a stereo headphone output, surprisingly. I've got a feeling it may be from maybe the late 80s, early 90s. I think I saw one, because I bought it on eBay. I don't know if I've seen one that, and the title said it was from was 1989. So most likely 1989 or 1990 or something like that. I would say probably 1989. But you feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. And it's got lots of different rhythms as well. So I'm going to turn it on here, and it defaults to the piano, of course. And there's lots of different sounds that you can choose from. Now, some of these sounds are very similar to the Casio TA-10 cassette keyboard that I reviewed a few months ago. So this is the electric piano. And you've got some, so there's 100 sounds, as I said. So and then you've got samba whistle, number 20. Now, one thing I don't like about this is when you change the volume, the sounds get shorter, and so let me see. This is mandolin. We'll use this as an example. So if I turn down the volume, there's 5 volume levels. You'll notice it changes. It gets a bit shorter, it gets a bit faster. And if you turn up the volume with the key held, the volume changes, but the note stays the same. Yeah, so I'm not keen on the way the sound gets shorter as well when you change the volume. There are some pretty neat sounds on here. I quite like this sound. I can create some quite nice tunes with this sound, this instrument. I like that one. And some pretty good bass sounds as well. I quite like snare bass. Got some pretty interesting synth sounds on here, like that's Cathedral. And some pretty nice sort of bell sort of sounds on here as well, particularly this one. And 82, I quite like this one as well. Most of the instruments have some sort of built-in reverb. I quite like that. And a few of them have some sort of quite nice echo effect, particularly this one. You can hear that it has some sort of echo. So I quite like that. There's a couple of them that have an echo effect like that. For instance, the Twinkle Echo, which sounds like this. And you'll notice that it has two notes of polyphony, so you can only play 2 notes at a time. But if you press 4 keys one after another really quickly, you'll notice there is a total of 4 notes that you hear there. And you've even got some sound effects, I quite like them. That's 70 to 79, so 79 is like an aeroplane sort of sound. And the interesting thing is, if you press and hold the key, you'll notice that it changes pitch. So there's some pretty interesting sound effects. That's car horn, laser beam, emergency alarm. I think this one, I can't remember what this is, what it's supposed to be. I think it's insect, ambulance, I can't remember what they call this one. And then you've got telephone. I like this because the high end is supposed to sound like the DTNF tones on your telephone when you press the numbers, but it doesn't sound almost the same as that. And then on the lower end you've got these sounds different. Like if I press and hold this one, this key here, and this note here, and you get that sound. Kind of reminds me of the engaged tone. If when you dial a number and it's engaged, and you get that sound. And then you've got a computer sound. That sounds pretty cool. And typewriter. It's pretty much the same sound as the click sound that you get when you press these buttons. Some of the synth sounds are quite interesting, like plunk extend. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Plunk extend. Which one is that? Oh, that's your raw voice. The Casio SA-1 had that sound as well. Which one? There you go. Raw voice. 67. Some of the sounds on here go really deep. This one particularly does. So yeah, some pretty good sounds. Now quickly take you through a couple of the rhythms. Now the ribbons are also very much the same as the ones on the Casio SA-1. So you press the select button and you press any of the white keys for a ribbon or any of the black keys for a super complement. So this is one of the ribbons. And if you change the volume, yeah, again you notice that some of the sounds are a bit shorter. And this is some of the accompaniment, super accompaniment. See. See, all these are the same as the Casio SA-1. You've got the tempo there. I remember I said on the video that I did the Casio SA-1 keyboard, the slow rock on the super accompaniments does sound like the rhythm to Heart and Soul. And you get a demo tune as well, and it plays. One thing it interests me that it plays a tune of "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go," which was a George Michael song. That's the demo button. So yeah, there you have it. So yeah, there are some really interesting sounds. I think this is what I prefer the most about these old Casio keyboards. There were a few Casio SA series keyboards back in the day that had very much the same sounds. I did actually have a Casio SA-65 keyboard, but I recently donated it to the college that I attend for one of the bubbles to use. That's a slightly bigger keyboard. It's got 2 speakers, and the keys are slightly bigger, and it's got a few extra keys. I think it had 30. Just trying to remember now. Alright, yeah, well it had a 5, I think it had 5 extra keys, so I think it had 37 keys. So it had a few more demo songs. There were a few Casio SA keyboards that had those. I think it had 10. And there were a few Casio SA series keyboards that looked very similar to this one. I think those ones were the Casio SA-1 and the Casio SA-9. I think they had pretty much the same housing, but and also the very same sounds and the very same rhythms, except the demo tune was different. Like I said, this one plays "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go," and I think the Casio 7 and the Casio SA-9 and the Casio SA-7 have the player's little miniature tune of the American Patrol. I've seen some videos of those. Now I think the colour of those ones are slightly different. I think the Casio SA-9 is in red, I think. That's what I saw on eBay. I bought this one on eBay. Not sure what the colour of this one is, because obviously I do notice here on this back edge there are some marks on here. I think it is a bit grubby on there. It may need to be cleaned or something, I don't know. But it works really well. It's in really good condition. And yeah, I like it. I love the fact that it's such a small keyboard and it has 100 sounds built into it. Like I said, I knew the earlier Casio SA series keyboards would be small. It's even, I'd say, probably a little bit smaller than the Casio SA-46 that I reviewed almost a year ago. The keys on that were slightly bigger. There were the same number of keys and it had 2 speakers, probably the same in width. I'm not sure. I don't have it with me. I wish I had it with me so I could compare them for you. But yeah. But that too had 100 sounds and 50 rhythms and 10 songs. But the sounds on that were a little bit different. So yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to show you about this keyboard. I don't think I've left anything out. Just show you a couple more sounds very quickly. I just like the fact that these instruments have a bit like a reverb, particularly this instrument here. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything I want to show you. So if there's anything you do want to know more, feel free to let me know in the comments. Aside from that, that should be about it. So thank you. Hope you all enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and turn on push notifications to keep you up to date with my new videos. And as always, see you all very soon and keep safe.